Sorry, just the fact that Amy doesn't freak out over stepping over the edge, unlike the other characters. You could say that she's quite an edgy girl, am I right? Anyways. Hello guys, what is up? I am the One to bring you guys episode 11 of my playthrough of Sonic Advance 3 for the Game Boy Advance. Last time, we finished things up at Twinkle Snow, got ourselves a 5th Chaos Emerald. And today, we're now back with the pairing of Amy and Knuckles for showcase the brand new zone, Cybertrack. One of my favorites. If you guys are hyped for more Sonic Advance 3 here on the channel, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more content if you're new, and ring that bell to get notified anytime I load on this channel. Last episode of the card, top right. Anyways, when you play as Amy and Knuckles as your partner character, you turn into a power character and your hammer is super strong. You can break bricks, but it has a bit of a delay, so be careful of that. When jumping, she has the same hammer animation when you press the attack button in mid-air as if you played with Sonic. No other actions require notified, by the way. She doesn't have a double jump, she doesn't have an instant shield, nor anything of the like. So, but now to say that, there's actually one thing you can do if you're trying to spin dash. Watch this. Yep, that is the figure 8 from Sonic CD. Kinda nice knowing that it's Amy that that gets it. Anyways, enough diddle-daddling. It's time we head to Act 1. Cybertrack is full of railings, technological launchers, and a lot of boundless pits, so you're going to be very careful with this. You might recognize those launchings from Ocean Zero from Sonic 2, something very similar to that. And really just a nice zone that's that I kind of like. The aesthetics look very pleasing in my opinion. Not too sure what other people say. I know people are a little bit miffed by how many, well, boundless pits there could be, especially when you're trying to find Chao. But honestly, I find this act quite nice to play. Unless I can break 2 blocks with that. Rushing block right there, so I'm gonna go under that. Be careful. And a lot of gravity turning moments. You see those arrows, those red arrows, those actually notify you that, hey, there's moving gravity. And we got the sticky balls from Scrap Brain so that we can climb on. That's our first Chao. And right here we have a lot of weird spike locations right here. This is a very tricky platforming I don't think many would appreciate, but it's still kind of nice. And right here, as I get the second shot, you can see the platform's already moving away. We already lost it, so it's like kind of a jerkish thing. But what I want to do here is figure out my way to the right side, because we go to this right side. There's a Chao that's only attainable if you have a power character in hand. So make sure to bring Knuckles along in order to break that block. It's only breakable if you have a power character. And Knuckles, what are you doing on the ceiling? And the music itself, I quite like Cybertrack's soundtrack. It's pretty, like, rhythmic and all that kind of stuff. Got these railings, got these ropes that move side to side that allow us to move on forward. And yeah, I just like this particular area. It's just something about it. The aesthetics and the fact that it's cybery. I know, like, cyber, like, themes are quite common, but honestly, this is one of my favorites. Zones / areas for the cyber theme to be in. Although it kind of makes you wonder, why in the world did we go from a snowy tundra to a place full of technology and all that kind of stuff? It's like as though we went to a portal of some sort. Also, I can't believe I actually pulled that up perfect, because I can now showcase that. If I hit the switch, on the left side is our map Chao, which is pretty hell hidden. And on the right side, a special spring. Gonna need the special key later on in order to get that. In the meantime, time for Act 2. I like the background as well, it's quite pretty. We got these balls back from Toy Kingdom, and if I lean to the left, you might notice very carefully that our first Chao is right there. We're gonna use the power of gravity to get through that. And right here we have a platform that immediately crumbles to bits if you stand on too long on them, and it just happens to be on top of some spikes. Very jerky located spikes at that. And right here you want to be super careful with the platforming. There's a lot of boundless pit opportunities, and I don't think anyone wants a boundless pit in their life. Sticky balls kind of work a similar way that you would think, so don't be too worried about climbing on them. They're actually a lot easier to dismount off compared to the ones that scrap brain zone, so they're a lot easier. By the way, that section left to on the downside right afterwards. And there's our second Chao that we're going to collect somewhat similarly to the first Chao. So it kind of looks as though that Amy's walking on air when you freeze frame this. Kind of like that. You can do some like weird screenshots. Honestly, that look quite nice. Got a magnet shield on that side, but I don't really need it. Going to the left side because there's our final Chao. I don't think there's any other way you can grab that unless you smell of this particular rope. And here I can say that the partner character can be a little bit of a hindrance if you're trying to dismount off the rope. Because sometimes they can block your view and you're not even sure if you're going up or going down. So have fun with that if they hinder your view. Right down here you have to be careful, bottomless pit, so you don't want to get hit. And while we know that, now the funny thing is that while we talk about Cyber Track Zone, the changing of gravity actually originated from one of the more infamous zones in the Sonic Advance series, Cosmic Angel Zone. Well, I'm about to make it look a lot more like Cosmic Angel Zone because right here, wow, it's close, you'll see that these spike formations are a little bit similar to that of the last area of Cosmic Angel Zone. In fact, that right side you saw when I launched from there looked very similar to that of the ending part of Cosmic Angel Zone when you're about to face the boss. One of the few things I like about this game. I actually only discovered it a few days ago. Also, you might notice that I've entered the goalpost at from the right side of the screen instead of the left side. Cybertrack Act 2 is one of the only act in the game that actually has a right side to it. And by that I mean you can enter the goalpost from the right side. It's the only act that it has that. Kind of nice to that they leave an Easter egg alongside that. Now right here is the minigame for the Capsule. I actually haven't really told you guys the points required for the previous Capsule game, so I do apologize for that. I'm not mistaken, it's Toy Kingdom with 15 points, Twinkle Snow at 18 points, and that one we just passed by in Cybertrack 22 points. So yeah, we're going to be showing the defeat all minigames, defeat all enemies minigame next episode. But before I end off this part and talk about going fast, I want to showcase a bit of another Easter egg. We have seen Sonic and Tails partner together and they're the Unbreakable Bond. We have seen Sonic and Knuckles partner together and they are the fighting buddies. But what happens if you partner Sonic with Amy? Well, this happens. But not only that, there's a bit of an Easter egg. When in still form, Amy, a little heart that comes out of her when she right there. It's kind of a nice thing of how well Amy kind of likes Sonic. So I quite like that. But there's also another thing. If you stay still and let the idle animation play, you can see that Amy has a different idle animation. She basically looks down and preferably looks at Sonic sleeping. Quite creepy if I say that way. Also, if she's running, you might notice that when she gets to a bit of a speed, if she doesn't jump, please, you can see that she barely puts her hand on her face. Kind of like the thing of how Amy's like, oh wait, is that Sonic running? So she wants to follow her. Or him, excuse me. As I said, quite nice Easter eggs and a nice homage again to Sonic CD. I really like that about this game. Anyways, enough Easter eggs. It's time for us to gotta go fast. Our first act is Cybertrack Act 1, and the cut line is actually less than 2 minutes, so I actually barely hit that whilst collecting all the Chao. Now, I'll just say this right now, this was a very, very particular speed run I had to nail. This is one of the hardest zones harder acts to nail down the sub-minute run. I've had times where I barely just caught off like 1 minute 87, 1 minute 65. And honestly, it was a bit of a grind trying to ensure that every single movement I make, including slowing down on ramps like that, just to make sure I do not waste time going up, it was just so difficult. Right here, you can see I actually do the same strategy as I did during the story part, where I do spin dash to ensure go through there. Because we don't have a power character, however, I went to the left side instead. And right here, I'm actually going to jump into where I was on the story mode. I'm going to jump. Look at that. Exactly where I was during in the story. Jump up here and take the railings, but all the way to the exit. But yeah, this is one of the more specialized sub-minute runs. This is going to be one of the last few as well. In fact, this episode might be the last time you ever see sub-minute runs of normal acts. Not boss acts, however, because we're going to see a few more boss acts being absolutely broken, as you'll see in due time. As you can tell, 59.62 seconds. I had to train for this quite a while. This is the... and, funny thing enough, another Act 1 done in less than a minute. On to Act 2, and this was a more comfortable sub-minute run, in my opinion. And in fact, it's actually going to be the last act, a normal act we'll see done in less than a minute. As for boss acts do not count. Right here, I just want to quickly jump, and I'm going to show you guys another pathway that I did not show during the main story. Up here, where I can basically just make sure my momentum carries on forever by slowing down at times to ensure I still have the speed form. Right here, Tails action, I want to skip a slow-moving platform, and right here is a bit of a mistake. I was supposed to hit the ceiling over there, instead I did that. Spin dash to go to the other side, and really the rest is just cheesecake. But funny thing about this is that while Cybertrack is quite big and has a lot of bonus pits, it's probably one of the faster zones in the game. I would argue that Toy Kingdom is slightly longer, and of course the last zone in the game before the final boss is also a little bit long in my opinion, but still probably one of my favorite acts to speedrun. And right here, the last part, I'll show you the left side of how to enter here, and the fast way. Jump up here on the sticky ball, jump to the left side, hit the bumper, and bam! 57 seconds flat. I really like this speedrun, and one of my favorite acts to speedrun, especially with the music and all that. It's just a joy to be fast in. Meanwhile, Amy is still having a look at Sonic again, because why not? Meanwhile, I'll say this. Next time on Sonic Advance 3, we'll finish up Cybertrack, get the 6 Chaos Emerald as you get closer and closer, stopping Eggman from using the Chaos Emeralds. Thank you guys so much for watching, but remember, the adrenaline rush is real. This is the Apple121 signing out, and I'll catch you guys on episode 12 of my playthrough of Sonic Advance 3. Peace!